What's up, everyone? Zach Reger with SBD. We are in August, and not only are we in August, it's now mid to late August, which means we are getting closer and closer to the NFL season. So I'm here to give you my 4 favorite NFL win total bets for the 2024 season. Oh, it's good to be talking football again. Let's just get right into it. Why not? The first one I'm going with, and just another little teaser, 3 of the 4 are plus money. So I'm excited. I like the value I'm getting with these teams, with these bets. And I'm starting in Tennessee. This is a much different Tennessee Titans team than we've seen in 2023 or in years past. Vrabel is gone. In comes Brian Callahan. And it's going to be a very pass-heavy team, which is much different. Pretty much a full reversal, a full 180 of what we've seen. They brought in Calvin Ridley. They brought in Tony Pollard out of the backfield. They brought in Tyler Boyd to be there in the slot, to be reliable, which is great for a year 2 quarterback in Will Levis. They're going all in on Will Levis to see what they have. And all that is exciting. All the new talent, all the playmakers, that is exciting. But what really excites me is what they've done with the offensive line. In the last 2 seasons, the Titans have had some of the worst offensive line play I have seen. So what do? They bring in J.C. Latham, first-round pick. They bring in Lloyd Cushenberry from the Broncos. And then, honestly, more importantly, they bring in Bill Callahan, the offensive line coach, who will revitalize this offensive line to give Will Levis more time because he had 0 time last year. He still made some throws that he should not have made. So I'm very excited to see how this offense gels in year 1 with Brian Callahan. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you bring in Denard Wilson as defensive coordinator, the old secondaries coach from Baltimore. And then you gave him some more talent as well. Went out and got L'Jarius Sneed from the Chiefs, got Chidowozi from the Bengals, and then even went out inside Jamal Adams here later in the offseason. So the talent, it's a huge talent overhaul. Might take a little time for it all to gel, but I'm excited. The win total right now for the Titans, it's at 6.5. I like Titans over 6.5 at plus 110 odds. I think 7 wins is the floor. I think they can go 7-10 and we can still win this bet at plus money. I like the Titans here to win at least 7 games. When you look at the Titans schedule, it's pretty tough early on, but then they have an early bye and then it gets a little easier. Going to Chicago, I think they win. I think they start 1-0. I think the defense will be too much for Caleb Williams. I like them to start 1-0. And then Jets, Packers, Dolphins. I think they can win at least one of those games, but even for this example, I will just say they'll lose all 3, so they're 1-3 heading into the bye, not great. Then they have the Colts. They're going to beat the Colts at least once. This Bills team, not that great. Not what we've seen in years past. Their secondary is depleted. Weapons, not what they used to be. So we'll say we're 3-4 right now, heading into the Lions. We lose that game. I guess I say we. Titans lose that game. Patriots, they win. So now they're 4-4 heading into the Chargers. I think they can win that game 5-4. Vikings, 6-4. We are already at 6 wins there. And then Texans, we'll say we'll lose that one. I think they probably split with the Texans. And then you have the Commanders. That's a win. That's 7 wins right there on December 1st. That's 7. And they haven't even played the Jaguars yet, who I think they win. Could possibly beat the Colts twice. There are a lot of ways for the Titans to get to 7 wins. That's why I think 7 wins is the floor. So I like the plus money play there. And for my next pick, I'm going to the AFC North. I'm going back at it. This is going to be one of those bets I will continue to bet over and over again until it loses. I heard all the time last year, no way it happens again. The year before, no way they do it. But they did it the last 2 years. With a not-so-great roster in a tough division, I'm going with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. I'm going with over 8.5 at plus 120. We hear it all the time. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. And then we've heard it the last couple of years. This is the year he's going to have his losing season. I will keep betting this until I actually see it. If I lose, I lose. But I like this Steelers team more than last year's Steelers team. Their win total was also 8.5 last year. And they had Kenny Pickett at quarterback. They had Mason Rudolph at quarterback. And Mike Tomlin just finds a way to win these games. And so I think he can win 9 again. Say what you will about Russell Wilson, but he was efficient last season. And then you have the wild card of Justin Fields. And it is a tough AFC North. I know all 4 teams are good. Steelers, it's easy to put them at the worst. They have a very tough schedule. But they're going to find ways to win games 1 and also just win AFC North games. Going up to Pittsburgh, not an easy place to play. Even some of these road games that they're very used to playing, these cold weather games. Steelers are going to find a way to win 9 games under Mike Tomlin. The Steelers' schedule is truly a tale of 2 different schedules. Early on, I think they start off hot. I think they go in with all of the changes in Atlanta. I like Atlanta. We'll talk about them later in the video. But I think they can go in with Mike Tomlin against a rookie head coach. I think they can get the win. And then they have the Broncos. I think that's a win. The Chargers, I think that's a win. Colts, I think that's a win. That's 4-0. Cowboys will give them a loss. Raiders will go win. So that's 5-1. And then the Jets, we'll say lost 5-2. Giants, 6-2. 6-2 heading into the bye. So now we just need 3 more wins. And this back half is tough. This back half is tough, but they start with the Commanders. I think that's 7 wins. Ravens, they'll win at least 1. That's 8. Browns, Bengals. This is what I'm talking about with North games. They're going to find ways to win at least some of these games. So I think they hit 9, essentially. The back half of the schedule is tough. Pretty much all their division games. Chiefs, Ravens, they're in the division. Eagles, pretty tough. But they can find 9 wins here, especially with a 7-2 start or 6-3 start. Then for my next pick, I'm going back to the AFC South. I'm going Houston Texans under 9.5. Under 9.5. The Texans are coming into this season with so much hype. And why not? CJ Stroud heading into year 2. They bring in Stephon Diggs. Very exciting times. AFC South is wide open, which is partially why I bet the over on the Titans as well. It's wide open. They can cannibalize themselves a decent amount. It might come back to bite me. CJ Stroud is very good, possibly the best rookie quarterback season I've ever seen. He was playing at an unbelievable level. I just sense a little regression. Not necessarily he's going to be bad, but he played very, very well. I can see it just taking a little step back. And then the Texans were very, very good in one-possession games. And with a very tough schedule, they won the AFC South. So now they have a number 1, a division winner schedule. So not an easy schedule. I can see with just a little bit of regression from him himself. And then with the difficult schedule and the record in one-possession games last year, just a few more of those losses, I think they get to 9 wins. So I like under 9.5 at plus 120 odds. The Texans open as slight favorites in week 1 to the Colts. I think they get that win. Bears, I think that's a win as well. Vikings win. Jaguars, I think they'll probably split. So we'll just say 3-1. Bills, I gave the Titans a win against them, so we'll give the Titans a win too. So they start off strong because then Patriots still win. Packers, that could be one of those close game losses. That's a loss. Colts, they'll win. So they're 6-2 heading into the game against the Jets. 6-3, 6-4, lose to the Lions, 6-5. This is where it gets a little tougher. Some of these close games that Texans have the talent. I think these are some of those games that they might lose. Then they have the Titans. I think they split with the Titans. That's the AFC South. Then they beat the Jaguars this time. I think lose. That's a lot of a week 14 bye. That's a lot of games before their bye week. Then I think that's tough. Dolphins, Chiefs, Ravens, Titans to end it. I see 3 losses there. I think they get right to 9 wins. So I like getting plus money under 9.5. Then lastly, I'm going Falcons over 9.5 wins. This is the Falcons season. It's the NFC South. They had so much talent last season, but with poor quarterback play, bad coaching, defense not that great, they ended up going 7-10, got 3rd place in the NFC South. So with their schedule, I like that. I like that 3rd place schedule. And they just went and overhauled everything. All those issues I just talked about. Quarterback, they go out, they bring in Kirk Cousins. So now they have a guy to throw the ball to: Bijan, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Maybe this is the year, hopefully, for those fantasy players. They have the weapons. They now have Kirk Cousins who comes in and can throw them the ball well, throw it consistently. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you have your new coach, Raheem Morris, defensive coordinator from the Rams. And then you just go out like last week Late in the offseason, you go out, you get Matthew Judon, an edge rusher they needed desperately, who they thought, a lot of people thought they were going to take one in the draft. They didn't. They took Michael Penix. They go out, they get Judon now. And then they go out, they get Justin Simmons to pair with Jesse Bates at safety in the secondary. This is the year for the Falcons. I think they win the NFC South. I think they potentially win a playoff game. This is a very good roster. And in a very poor NFC South, I love Falcons over 9.5. Got it at minus 135 odds. I said it earlier in the video. I think the Steelers win week 1. Even if the Falcons go 0-1, they can still find a way. 2-10 wins. Even if they go 0-2 against the Eagles, the Chiefs, 0-3. They beat the Saints. They beat the Bucks. They beat the Panthers. They're right back to 3-3. Beat the Seahawks. Honestly, probably beat the Bucks again. Cowboys, we'll give that Cowboys that one. Then we'll go Saints 6-5, Broncos 7-5, Chargers 8-5, Vikings 9-5, then Raiders 10-5, Giants 11-5, Commanders, Panthers. Even if they have a rough start to the schedule, and I think they might struggle just getting everything to gel with the new coach, new pieces, but they also have some veteran pieces. I think the Falcons will do very well this season, even if they start 0-3 or 1-2. So those are my 4 favorite NFL win total bets for 2024. Let me know what you guys think. If you're tailing, if you don't like them, let me know. Call me dumb. That's fine. I can take it. Or just let me know in the comments what your favorite win total bet is of this season. Thank you so much for watching. And we're almost here. It's almost NFL season.